Yeah, October 3rd, 2013. Want to just kind of do some updates. I know everybody's looking at this giant government shutdown that we're doing. I think it's directed, detailed. They're detailed on who and what they're shutting down. Number one, it seems to be all emergency type, eyes on the sky agencies like USGS. They monitor earthquakes. Now they're still up and running, but partially. They also have NASA, which is just about 90% of its shut down. They even shut down all the research they're doing on Mars with their rovers, and they left them to the wind. And then also they're shutting down NOAA, emergency broadcasting, for storms and other related items. And then, of course, the parks. Now, I have a theory about these parks, and I could be way off base here, but they've been seeing military convoys all over the United States this past year, disappearing into the woods and the countryside. And what better place to hide the military in a closed state park? I mean, they have water, they have bathroom facilities, buildings to stay in, under the cover of trees. They're gated off. Most of the public won't go in them because they know they'll get in trouble if they get caught. They can shut off the roads real easily. They're all paved. I mean, perfect hiding spot for maybe, foreign troops to hide in for an economic collapse. Also, they're making a statement too about any of the memorials that are out there. They're not even being manned by anybody anyway. They're putting barricades around those to let people know that you're losing your freedoms. You're not America anymore. So don't go celebrate it, and don't go pay your respects to the dead. I mean, that's just my theory. Can't prove it, but I have a feeling that's what it is. And this government shutdown is going to they're going to come out tomorrow and say, hey, we've just all of a sudden put our heads together and we come up with this great plan, and the Republicans are going to sell us out, and we're still going to have Obamacare, and it's even going to be worse. Or they're not going to agree on anything and cause it to just go into a meltdown, which, by the way, in 2 more weeks they're going to have to argue over how high they can raise their debt limit. And their debt limit is, it's almost $17 trillion right now. And the Treasury Department came out today and said that they think it's a mistake if we keep raising money and have no limits to it. And they think that if the Congress and President can't come to an agreement, both parties can't come to an agreement, then it's probably going to cause us to go into a mass recession like 2008 and even worse. So, we've all been talking about this since 2011. Watchmen for God, Christians, have been watching this. We've been saying this, it's coming. And we've been laughed at, mocked at. Oh no, it's a great economy. Look how great the economy is. Look at our interest rates. Yeah. Now look at them. Look at your government right now. What do you think other countries think of our country right now, how weak we are? This reminds me of the time when Russia collapsed. All you got to do is look back in your history books and see what's going on. But they're shutting too many things down for us to be in the dark on. They don't want us to view earthquakes. They don't want us to view asteroids. We got Comet Ison coming through. Comet Ison's coming through. It's already done havoc on Mars. It's even formed a coma around Mars. It's full of electricity and causing havoc with the sun already, and it will cause havoc with Earth. And we're going to be passing through its debris trail between now and the first of the year. So, folks, we need to wake up and wake up soon. If you're sitting on the edge and you're not sure what's going on in the world, then all I can say is put the TV remote down and get in and start doing research. Are there wackos on the internet you can't watch? Yeah, that's right. That don't know what they're talking about, that worship false gods and do these weird predictions that never come true. You know, I don't date set, I don't do any of that, but I do think God knows you know the season. And we're in the season right now. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket science to figure out that if our economy is broke and we got World War III, you know, begging to be started with somebody, and we got a government that can't get along or pay the bills, and freedom's being thrown away, you know it's going to collapse. And when you kick God out of everything, well, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose every time. This picture here represents a battle that's coming, and you know, notice the king in the front. Yeah, he's not in the back. He's not the sidelines letting his men all die. He's standing right up there in front, ready for battle, just like our Lord Jesus Christ does. He does that exact same thing for Christians who believe in Him. Whatever we're going to confront, He's going to be there for us, and He's going to take care of the enemy. And He does expect you to fight too. You're not going to just have an easy street with nothing to do. You know, and these people that keep saying that they're going to fly out of here in the rapture and not experiencing anything that's tough for them, you know, folks, you know, when you give that message out to somebody that's brand new, a brand new Christian, you're saying that you don't have to do anything. And then when tough times come, what are they going to do when you didn't fly out of here? How do you know, even if the rapture happens, how do you know what day you're going to fly out of here? How do you know you're not going to experience a good chunk of this stuff before God comes back? And, you know, the Bible I read, the companion King James Bible, Christ comes back. I believe He does. All of us, all Christians believe that. But to tell people that you're going to fly out of here, I'm so sick of hearing that. You know, and I don't want to argue with people about it. I just won't. I mean, if you send me something, you know, arguing with me, I'll just delete you. I'm not gonna argue about that issue. The bottom line, Christ is coming back. He's coming back, and when He comes back, He's going to set His throne up here on earth. It says that in the book of Revelation. He's going to reign here for 1,000 years. Satan gets thrown into the abyss for 1,000 years. Then He lets him loose one more time for a short season. And then He destroys Satan. And then Judgment Day. So we got a lot of stuff to go through yet before we just think we're going to fly out of here and not do anything for eternity. You know, so God expects us to get ready, expects us to get ready to fight. And I like Christians that are not afraid to go into a battle, spiritual and physical. It always starts spiritual because that's what runs the minions of Satan. And what's going on in the government, and what's going on with the money, and what's going on with the signs of the heavens, the earthquakes, the pestilence and diseases, and this FEMA Region 3 that FEMA's setting up for a financial collapse, I believe. Some people think they're setting themselves up for some giant catastrophe, but you usually don't go to the area that's going to be destroyed and set yourself up and set your bases up. You do that far away. So they're setting themselves up in Region 3, which happens to be part of Washington, D.C., and New York City, and Pennsylvania. And I truly believe it has something to do with this government shutdown. I could be wrong. Or financial collapse that's on the horizon. We can't keep printing money. I've been saying that for 2 years now. And it's going to come home to roost. And here it is. It's coming home to roost. And they can't figure out why they can't pay for things when there's no economy. You know, these people are fools. You know, I'm an independent businessman. I've been self-employed for 25 years. And I've had to learn how to adjust to economies, for the last 25 years. Dealt with it in 9/11, 2008, now, up and down recessions, in between all of that. You have to adjust, and you have to cut back when you need to cut back, and you have to save money. This government doesn't know how to do that. They don't know how to do one thing. Take away your freedom. Well, actually, two things. Take away your freedom and tax you to death. That's all they know how to do. And when they tax you, that means money. All they want out of you is money. You're a slave to them. So get ready, folks. You need to start telling young Christians out there that are coming on board, the lost, that there's tough times coming, and they need to lean on our Lord Jesus Christ. And no, we're not going to fly away and not have any issues to deal with. We are going to have tough times coming. And if you haven't planned and put anything aside for a future, well, I'm concerned about you. You need to look at your physical side and your spiritual side. They both need to go hand in hand. Anyway, between now, which is October 3rd, and December, I have a feeling we're going to see some fantastic signs from God in the heavens, tough times, and probably World War III, and a financial collapse. So we all need to get ready, and we need to be strong and lean on our Lord Jesus Christ as our King. He's standing in the front lines for us. But the least we can do is pick up a sword and help. Anyway, you guys have a great day.